Happy Sunday, everybody. It's Kimberly here. I was chatting with Herlonda earlier because she had shown her diaper bag and stuff she was packing for the doll show. And so I commented that, because she showed a couple little bottles of liquids, so I wanted to let her know that they needed to be in her quart-size Ziploc baggie. She has since told me that her diaper bag is going into her suitcase, but I just told her, told her a couple other tips because we were chatting, and so I just wanted to do a quick travel tip video for those of you who are coming to the doll show, or even if you're just going to be traveling somewhere. So what you see here are actually my two big suitcases. I have a third one that also fits in here in my closet when I'm not traveling. That is my carry-on. But the reason I'm showing it to you like this is because usually when I travel anywhere that I'm planning to purchase things, and for those of you coming to the doll show, you may be planning to purchase a new baby or other things, and you worry, oh, how am I going to fit everything in to come home? This is what I typically do. I will pack my suitcase inside of the other one, so that when I'm coming home, and you have to check with your airline, if your airline, typically I usually do this when I'm traveling internationally, like if I'm going to Italy or France or London or something, because I always shop a ton when I'm there. Alternatively, if you don't want to have this much weight taken up, you can flat pack like a duffel bag into your large suitcase. I've done that before as well. But I just like everything being able to roll. So check with your airline carrier. If you are allowed 2 bags, this is what I always do. And then if you can see down in here, I will put things like socks or shoes or underwear and just utilize all that space around my suitcase all the way around as well. And then if you have a suitcase that has a roller handle, if you can see, mine is clearly indented. I have pushed the lining down, and I will put, again, underwear or socks, utilize that channel, and fill my pockets and stuff, and then put my clothes and stuff in here, close it, zip it, and then when I get to my destination and unpack, as I wear things, I'm always packing things away, and then as I shop, I'm also packing so that I always know that I have space for everything. That's my first tip. What I mentioned before about the baggie, so for those of you who've never flown or don't know, you are allowed 1 quart-size bag. The rule is 311, and the 3 is for 3.4. Each container in your bag can be no more than 3.4 ounces. You're allowed one quart baggie. So the 3 is the ounces, the 1 is the 1 quart, and the other 1 is 1 per person. So this, usually I put this in my front pocket of my carry-on so that when I'm going through security, it's very easy to pull out. Anything liquid has to be in here. Otherwise they will confiscate it, which is why I was telling Herlonda to take those items out of her diaper bag and put in her bag. But again, she's packing her diaper bag. Alternatively, when I travel anywhere for, you know, a week or 2, or like, I shouldn't say a week or 2. When I travel anywhere, usually for more than a week or 2, and I'm sorry, this is full of toothbrushes. I just grabbed this out of my my storage. I like to store things. I like to shop ahead. Anyway, I will use a plastic shoebox, and it fits perfectly right there. And I will put full-size bottles of shampoo, conditioner, body wash, whatever. And this way it doesn't spill, it doesn't get damaged. If I'm only traveling for like a week or so, I will use gallon-size Ziploc baggies if I want to take full-size things and lay them in here as well. I always want them in something in the event that they spill. That way, if there's spillage, it's contained in something that's wipeable. If I do use a gallon-sized bag, I will pack a couple extra spare bags. Again, in the event it spills, I then have bag. Yes, you can rinse them out and stuff, but then they're all slimy and whatever. But that's up to you. But that's my other tip. I also will always, in my carry-on, I will always have, even if I put in my suitcase the large products, I will always have some small things like toothbrush and a small toothpaste or whatever, in the event my suitcase is lost. I've only had that happen twice. Both times I got the next day. Once was in Tunisia and once was in Aspen. Again, I got them the next day. I also always pack a pair of pajamas and one outfit into my carry-on. Again, in the event that I'm stuck without my suitcase for a day, I can at least go that day before I either have to shop or get my stuff. I've always been blessed to get my stuff. But I want to be prepared in the event of that. Now, the other thing I will tell you, Heathrow Airport is the only airport I do this, which is in London. I will, because in my carry-on, what I told you I also put my laptop, anything that I wouldn't want lost, all my chargers and everything, those are all in my carry-on. You do have to take your laptop computer out of your carry-on at security. But to me, it's worth it. I don't want it under the plane. I don't want it jostled or ruined. And, but when I go through Heathrow, my laptop and cords are the only thing that is in my carry-on, because when I go through security, I always go to duty free and I fill my carry-on full of chocolate. And it weighs literally 60 pounds by the time I'm done. But that's only at Heathrow, and that won't affect this trip for y'all. But anyway, my other tip, and let me see if I can put this down to show you, because I know some of you are bringing baby clothes, and as a nanny who's traveled all over with children, I just grabbed quickly a shirt and pants. They probably don't even match, but I just wanted to show you. What I like to do to make packing easy is lay out their outfits, and then I just kind of roll them. And if you want to, you can put a sock on each end. And then that way when I get to where I'm going, I just lay them in the drawer as a whole outfit, especially for a baby who's like crawling, and you can just grab your little bundle and dress them. Rolled clothes take up a lot less room in a suitcase than stacked clothes. So even my clothes I typically roll and put in, I call them soldiers. They're in little lines. But I hope that helps. Those are some of my packing tips. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can think of that would be a help for the Rose Doll show. Again, my favorite is always having an extra bag. I'm driving to the show, so I would have car space, so it's not an issue for me this time. But I've always, oh, and I will tell you, one time when I was in France, I purchased for my husband like a Panama hat, and that was very hard to travel around with. It ended up in my carry-on by itself at the airport with me having to then keep it on my lap flying home because I filled it with chocolate when I flew from France to London. Anytime I'm in Europe or Africa, I always try to fly home through London so I can buy chocolate. I probably won't do the buying the hat thing again because I didn't want it smashed, but that's not important either. I'm just rambling. So anyway, and I have suitcases that actually get bigger. They're at the biggest right now because I'm guessing the last time I traveled I must have brought a lot of stuff on. They do get smaller and they extend. This biggest one is the largest you're allowed. I have the largest size you are allowed. Again, check your carrier, make sure luggage is free first of all, and check your dimensions and your weights to make sure that you can get through what you're taking. Oh, the other thing which I had mentioned in my comment to Herlanda, because she talked about, or she showed, I'm sorry, she had a gift bag. Whenever I'm taking gifts to people, I will flatten, again, I fill this channel up and that. I flatten the gift bags and I lay them just above that layer. And again, the tissue paper, and then I put my clothes and the gift in there, and then I set it up when I get there. And I think she said she was going to do that with her Wuggle pets or something, but I did note she had one bag all put together, but that's not my business. But I'm just saying, if you are ever traveling with gifts, that is something I do. I do flatten everything and then set it up when I get there. So I hope that helps some of you for the Rose Doll show, or just anytime you're traveling in life. Hope you're having a great day. This afternoon we did like a mock setup of my booth in the garage, and I really like how it's turning out. Still a little bit more work to do, but we're getting much, much closer. All of the things I needed my husband to build are now built, so that's done. So yeah, just a few more things to do, and my list is getting shorter and shorter. I feel like I'm totally on target, and I'm very happy about that. But we'll check in about a week on that. Anyway, ladies, thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye. This might still be recording, ladies. I'm trying to find the button. I've got Herlanda, the camera I got from Herlanda is on my tripod. Oh, there it is. Bye, ladies!